I am Rosa Marie Pamatian and I'm going to continue the report about tax reform in the Philippines. During the former President Corazon Aquino, there was this what we called major tax reform in our country, Philippines. During her time, he worked on the introduction of VAT. Are you familiar with the word VAT? This is the value-added tax. It is a consumption tax placed on sellers engaged in the trade or business in the Philippines. Usually, asa na to makita ang VAT? Pinsa nakakita ninyo VAT? Ang makita na to na siya sa resibo. What are the features of VAT? Number 1, there is a uniform rate of 10% on sale of domestic imported goods and services and 0% on exports and foreign currency dominated sales. Number 2, 10% in lieu of varied rates applicable to fixed taxes, 60 nominal rates, advanced sales tax, tax on original sale, subsequent sales tax, compensating tax, miller's tax, contractor's tax, broker's tax, film lessors and distributors tax, excise tax on solvents and matches, and excise tax on processed vegetables. Number 3, 2% tax on entities with annual sales and receipts of less than 5,200,000. Number 4, adoption of tax credit method of calculating tax by subtracting tax on inputs from tax on gross sales. Number 5, exemption of the sale of basic commodities such as agriculture and marine food products in their original state, price-regulated petroleum products and fertilizers. And number 6, additional 20% tax on non-essential articles such as jewelry, perfumes, toilet waters, yacht, and other vessels for pleasures and sports. Now, these are the features of value-added tax or VAT. And this VAT was signed in 1986 and to put to effect in 1988. Along with the tax reform came the administrative reforms, such as the restructuring of the Department of Finance and its agency, the Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR, through the Executive Order 127. During the administrative reform, there was this intensification of tax collection and tax audits. Computerization was introduced. So, mas madali na, dili na siya mano-mano, papel, ballpen. Mas madali na malocate or mas madali na may bawaan kung asa padulong ang mga kwarta or ang mga taxes sa mga tao. And because computerization was introduced, corruption was relatively reduced, which improved the trust in the BIR in general. And as a result, the tax reform of Aquino administration, both tax and revenue effort, rose, increasing from 10.7% in 1985 to 15.4% in 1992. Now, another administration which contributed greater political stability and continued economic growth was the administration of the former President Fidel V. Ramos. Ramos administration ventured into its tax reform program in 1997 through the Comprehensive Tax Reform Program, which was implemented to, number 1, make the tax system broad-based, simple, and with reasonable tax rates. 2, minimize tax avoidance allowed by existing flaws and loopholes in the system. Number 3, encourage tax payments by increasing tax exemptions levels, lowering the highest tax rates, and simplifying procedures. And number 4, rationalize the grant of tax incentives, which was estimated to be worth 531.7 billion pesos in 1994. Now, these are the major tax reforms happening in the Philippines during the two administrations, administration of the former President Corazon Aquino and Fidel V. Ramos, which contributed a lot for the stability and economic growth of our country, Philippines.